Anybody home? Hello?
Hello.
Say, this is going to seem like a strange request, but I'm an architect, and I've been doing some sketches of this house, and I wondered if you'd be kind enough to let me come in and look around inside.
Well, you mean my apartment?
Well, it's not a lot of trouble. You see, nobody else seems to be home.
Well, no. No trouble. Come on in.
Well, thank you. I certainly do appreciate this.
Well, you're going to have to excuse the mess.
Mess.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is pretty neat, isn't it? I guess that's just a reflex.
My name's Matt Bryan.
I'm Mary Richards.
I guess you know that this house is a Frank Reich.
A Frank Lloyd Wright?
No. Frank Reich.
Right.
Right.
Huh.
The two are often confused, but in fact, Frank Reich died in 1936 of acute frustration.
Oh. But his houses were pretty famous, huh?
Oh, very famous, because they were so ugly.
Oh.
Oh, I don't mean to say that this is ugly. No, I think that you've fixed this up very nicely. Would it be okay if I just made a couple of quick sketches?
Oh, yeah, sure. Is this for a magazine or something?
No, it's just for my files. You see, I'm thinking of writing a book called Humor in Architecture. So if it's all right, I'll just sketch my way around and maybe you can pretend that I'm not here, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure. Would it be all right if I talk while you're doing that?
Oh, sure, by all means. You know, this is one of the last of Reich's houses still standing in Minneapolis.
Oh, what did they do, tear them all down?
No, they mostly fell down all by themselves.
No, really?
Well, you're right. Yes, they did tear them down. And what did they replace them with? High-rises and office buildings.
Could I see what you're doing?
Sure.
Hey, that's me.
Son of a gun, how did that happen?
You know, it really is pretty good.
Well, here, you can have it. Of course, if I ever have to refer to it, I'll have to come back and take another look.
Well, I better put my groceries away. The frozen stuff will start to thaw.
Okay, I'll get out of your way for a minute.
Oh, well, no, that's all right.
Tell me, is this balcony safe?
Yeah, I guess it's pretty safe. Unless you fall off.
Mary?
Yeah.
Water. Hiya, Mayor. Water.
Well, what have you two been up to?
It's what we've been down to. The basement.
What for?
Well, Rhoda needs more storage space. I told her she was welcome to use yours. Mary, I don't know how to break this to you, but you've got a peeping artist on your balcony.
No, he's an architect. He's just making a couple of sketches of the house.
From down here, he looks gorgeous.
You ought to check with the manager before you do anything drastic. Oh, no, he's just interested in the house and wanted to make some drawings.
From there, he looks gorgeous, too. Couldn't you just lock the windows? I mean, and keep him out there? I'll help you feed and water him. Thanks. Oh, she's not so dumb. She really did lock him out there.
Oh, come on. The door always jams.
Oh, boy, is that cold. I didn't get a chance to finish. My felt tip froze up.
Oh. Phyllis Lindstrom, I would like you to meet Matt Bryan.
How do you do? Oh, sorry.
Phyllis lives downstairs, and this is Rhoda Morgenstern. She lives upstairs.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a fourth floor.
There isn't, but I live up there anyway.
If you'd like to see what I've done with my apartment, maybe you'd like to sketch it.
Well, thank you, but I've got to get back to the office.
Oh.
I didn't finish. Maybe some other time I could come back.
Oh, he'll maybe come back and finish.
Yeah, and next time I'll bring a bottle of wine.
Oh, great.
Nice meeting you, ladies.
So long,
Nice
Matt.
meeting you, Matt.
I'll give you a call, Mary, okay?
Oh, wait, you don't have my number.
Oh, yes, I do. I sketched your telephone.
Yeah. Yes, Matt, the house is still standing. Okay. All right, I'll see you in a little while. Goodbye. Hey, Murray, guess who designed the house I'm living in?
Who?
Frank Reich?
Oh, Frank Lloyd Wright?
No, that's what I thought at first, too.
I've heard of that guy.
You have?
Who have you heard of, Ted?
Frank Lloyd Wright. One of the Wright brothers.
Yeah, Orville and Frank Lloyd. Who could ever forget them?
No, Ted, I'm talking about an architect named Frank Reich.
Reich?
Right. He designed the old house I'm living in.
Big deal. Give me a modern apartment building any day.
Yeah, you should see Ted's place. Really something. Floodlights out front. Sparkle stuff in the stucco. Plastic palm trees.
It's really sort of special.
Hey, gang, how about
How about a little luncherino?
Murray? Now I'm on a diet.
How about you, Mary?
Oh, well, thanks, Ted. I'd like to, but I have a date for lunch.
Who with, Mary?
An architect.
That's why all the sudden interest,
Personally, I don't care for architecture.
Mary, what's your architect's name? I hope it isn't Frank Reich.
Oh, no, it's Matt Bryan.
Hey, I think I did a story on him once.
Yeah?
Yeah, isn't he interested in preserving old houses or something?
Yeah, that sounds like Matt.
Well, I wrote a big feature on this organization he started to save old buildings.
Huh.
Mary, pull the Matt Bryan file.
Matt Bryan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Grant, that's the most fantastic coincidence. Marie and I were just talking about Matt Bryan.
It's not a coincidence. I heard you. That's why I told you to pull his file.
Bryan. Matt. Here you go, Mr. Grant.
I don't want that.
Well, why'd you have me pull it then?
Because I thought you'd be interested in looking at it.
Oh, no.
There's probably some good stuff in there.
Yeah, well, thank you,
Personal stuff.
No, I really don't think that,
Matt Bryan. Matt Bryan. Born April 3rd, 90... He's almost as old as I am.
Is he?
Uh-huh. Pretty good picture of him, too. But I guess you wouldn't be interested in that kind of stuff.
Right. I'll just, refile this for you. Matt, hi.
Hi.
Oh, well, I'm almost ready for lunch. I'll
Good.
just refile this stuff and then we can go.
Hey, just a minute.
No, please.
I got it, I got it.
Don't bother.
Say, there's a rugged-looking individual. That's a striking resemblance.
Yeah, well, you see, I was just doing some research for a documentary we're thinking of doing on famous Minneapolis architects. I'll just refile this with this other research stuff.
Hello, Matt Bryan.
Oh, hi, I'm Luke Grant. And this is Murray Slaughter.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I guess we can go have our old luncherino.
Come on. It'll have to be a fast lunch. They're pouring the foundation for a building I designed, and I have to hurry over there before the cement dries.
Oh, what for?
I always like to put my footprint in it.
He really looks great, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
Who?
The guy Mary's interested in.
Who?
The guy she just left with, Matt Bryan.
Is he better looking than me?
No, Ted, nobody's better looking than you.
Oh, good.
I feel like mirror, mirror on the wall.
How old is he?
44.
44? Oh, I don't believe it. I mean, he looks incredible. He's the youngest looking 44 I ever saw.
Guess how old I am. Well, I'm prematurely gray.
I hope I look that good when I'm his age.
Murray, you don't look that good now. Why should it be any better?
44. He just doesn't look that old.
That's not old. I'm 46.
He's 44. You're 46. Gee, we better warn Mary what he's going to look like in 2 years.
stuck. Can you unzip me?
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I have this terrible fear that someday my zipper's going to be stuck and there'll be nobody here to unzip me and I'll have to call the fire department to get me out of my dress.
Hey, wait a minute. Would you stand still a minute? Oh, that's one thing about dressing window dummies. They never walk away from you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that Matt's going to pick me up in a few minutes. I don't want to be late.
There. You going out with him again?
Yeah, well, it's just our second date.
Your second date today. Mary, you don't have to tell me what a man's wallet is doing on your dresser if you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Oh, come on. A whole wallet. Most I ever got was cab fare home.
It's not what you think, Rhoda. Matt and I had lunch today, and he had to leave in a hurry, and he forgot his wallet on the cashier's counter.
You know, you can really get to know a lot about a guy by reading his wallet.
Hey, Rhoda, come on. It would be like somebody going through your purse.
No, it's too late, Mayor. I've already gotten into it. I just can't put it down. Oh, how cute.
What?
It's the picture of Matt with the very tiny baseball player.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, yeah, I think that's his son. Oh, isn't he darling?
Mary, I don't know how to break this to you, but where there's a son, quite often there's a mother. And even a wife sometimes.
Oh, well, no, I'm pretty sure that Matt's divorced.
He tell you that?
No, but on his driver's license where it says married, it's been crossed out. So you...
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that nothing was missing.
No good, Mayor. So he's got a kid. Looks like he's about 9 years old.
Ah! Not ready. Matt, I'll only be a...
Miss Richards?
Yes?
My father got stuck on the job, and so he asked me to come and pick you up.
Your father?
Yeah, I'm Matt Bryan, Jr.
Well, you certainly are a big boy. Well, won't you come in?
Thank you.
Matt Bryan Jr., I'd like you to meet my friend, Rhoda Morgenstern. Rhoda is my best friend. I'm sorry. It's just I'm so surprised. I pictured you about 9 years old.
Well, I was about 15 years ago.
Last time we saw you, you were about this big.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, it was a picture in your father's wallet.
Right here.
Yeah. Oh, I have it. He left it today when we had lunch.
Yeah, I can see where you got confused about me. But my father still looks pretty much the same as he did 15 years ago. I guess it sort of runs in the family. You ought to meet my grandfather.
I'd like to.
Dad would have called you himself, but he's up in a building under construction, and they haven't put the phones in yet.
Well, are you an architect, too?
Yeah, I work for my father. I'm also double parked outside, so I'll wait for you in the car, all right?
Oh, yes, sure. I'll just be a second.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, bye, Matt Jr. Mary, what a cute boy.
Rhoda, I've got news for you. That's a grown man.
Mm.
You know, something just occurred to me. I am only about 6 years older than he is. Difference doesn't make. Matt and I are just dating, right?
Oh, Mary, when you're over 30 and still single, there's no such thing as just dating, unless you're Gidget.
Well, I always said when I get married, I would like to have a son.
Yeah, but this son is old enough to have a son.
Yeah? Well, I always wanted to be a grandmother, too. Yeah, Phyllis. Matt and I are still seeing each other. Oh, last night he took me to see a play at the Guthrie Theater. Well, I really don't know how it's going. We only go places where we can't talk. Yeah, I'll hold. Phyllis, I thought you were...
Yes, I was. But your problem is too big to talk about on the telephone.
What's the problem?
That he doesn't want to talk about marriage.
No, Phyllis, I didn't say he doesn't want to talk about marriage. I said he doesn't seem to want to talk.
Mary, when they don't seem to want to talk, marriage is what they're always not talking about. How well I remember it. Every time I even got close to the subject of marriage with Lars, he didn't want to talk about it. He still doesn't want to talk about it.
Well, Phyllis, I don't want to talk about marriage.
Mary, why not?
Well, because I don't know him.
What do you mean you don't know him?
Okay, Phyllis, let me give you an example of a typical evening with Matt. He picks me up, we get into his car. Immediately, he puts a cassette into his tape deck, usually a Broadway show, and we sort of hum along with that till we get to the theater, which is just before the curtain goes up, so again, we don't talk. After the play, he takes me to a loud place for a drink where it is impossible to talk. Then he brings me home, and we say goodnight.
Oh. If Lars and I could only communicate like that again.
You know, one time his tape deck was broken, and we had to really talk. You know, I don't mean just words going back and forth. I mean really talk. I thought, boy, we had finally made a breakthrough.
And then what happened?
He went to Chicago.
Well, Lars goes to St. Paul.
Yeah, but I think Matt went to Chicago because his tape deck was broken. I mean, when he got back, it was fixed, and we were right back to the original cast recording of Man of La Mancha.
Oh, I love that show. But what do you think you're going to hear tonight?
How are you and Matt getting along these days?
Oh, fine, I guess. He left for Chicago again.
Oh. You know, I can't get over how great Matt looks for a guy who's almost Lou's age.
Yeah, well, he really works at it.
How do you mean?
Probably he watches his diet.
Yeah, he eats, but, you know, only the right foods, if you know what I mean. Nothing with sugar or starch, no fats or carbohydrates.
That leaves celery.
Listen, anybody can look young, but I like the respect that comes with that well-seasoned look. In fact, when I was in high school, the teachers used to call me sir.
Well, Matt, why? What are you doing here?
Well, I'm redesigning an office on the 10th floor, and I just decided I'd drop by.
Oh, that's nice. Matt, I'd like you to meet my boss, Lou Grant. This is Matt Bryan, Jr.
Oh, hi.
And Marie Slaughter.
Hi.
How are you?
Mary, I'm going to an early lunch before Ted comes in and asks me to go to lunch. Nice to meet you.
Listen, speaking about lunch, do you think you can get away, too?
Sure, yeah, I guess I can. Look, I just have to run this over to Mimeo. I'll be right back.
All
You
right.
just make yourself at home.
Okay.
Anything I can help you with, young fella?
No, thank you. I'm just waiting for Mary. We're going to lunch. Oh.
You probably know I'm Ted Baxter. The anchorman.
Oh, yes. I'm Matt Bryan.
Nice to meet you, Matt. You're Matt Bryan,
Yes.
the architect?
Oh, yes.
They were right.
About what?
You're in incredible shape. How do you do it?
I don't understand.
What month were you born in?
September?
Oh, that explains it. I'm 8 months older than you are.
Should we sit there?
Yeah.
Hi, Mary. Can I give you your check now?
Before we order?
Well, I was just going on my coffee break, and but you don't need a menu, do you?
Menu? No, the whole thing is indelibly etched in my brain.
Oh, good.
I think I'll have the Garden Fresh chef's salad bowl with crispy croutons and tangy bacon bits.
And you?
I'll have a cup of piping hot coffee.
Right.
Is that all?
Oh, I had a late breakfast.
Well, if you had a late breakfast, how come you invited me to an early lunch?
Well, I just wanted to talk.
Boy, some coffee break. Nobody even left me a newspaper to read.
So, my father and I had sort of a fight.
Oh, That's too bad. What about?
Mainly about you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's hard not to listen.
Would you mind if I asked you a personal question?
Can I hear the question before I answer that question?
How do you feel about my father?
Why?
Well, you see, I like you.
Well, thank you, Matt. I like you, too. Listen, shouldn't we talk about something else?
No, Mary. Mary, it's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go see if I can find a newspaper.
Matt, what is this all about?
Mary, you've got my father on the run. He's not in Chicago. He just told you he was.
What?
Yeah, and he wasn't there last week either.
Well, why?
He's afraid.
Of me?
Of you, of love, of marriage, of divorce.
Boy, he sure works fast.
No, not really. He gets nervous when he gets attracted to somebody. You see, he thinks that attraction leads to love, and love leads to marriage, and marriage leads to divorce. So now the only girls he sees are the ones he doesn't like.
Well, I don't think he likes me anymore.
Why?
Because he just walked in.
Hi, Dad.
Hello. They told me at your office you'd probably be here. Is there anything going on that I shouldn't know about?
But no, we're just having lunch. Would you like to join us?
No, but I'd be happy to replace you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I have a lot of things to do on the 10th floor.
Good.
Well, hang in there.
Well, all I could find was yesterday's sports. Oh, I missed something, didn't I? Oh.
So, how is Chicago?
Oh, it's fine. No, I don't know how it was. I didn't go there. Mary, listen, I think I've got to be fair with you. You see, I've been doing a lot of thinking about us and about our relationship, and it's occurred to me, you see, that I am very much attracted to you, and marry me.
No.
No?
No, I had the garden fresh, the piping.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Matt, I can't marry you. You and I, we don't even know each other.
Well, of course we know each other. We don't, do we? I'm just no good at this anymore. I've been running for so long. Well, I guess I stopped too quickly, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. I think there has to be something in between Man of La Mancha and Will You Marry Me?
Right. Well, now, look, why don't we start talking and get to know each other now?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Then will you marry me? So once I built my first treehouse, I knew I was either going to be an architect or Tarzan.
Ted, have you met Matt Bryan?
Oh, yes, we've met.
We have?
You're Matt Bryan?
Yes?
The architect?
Yes?
You just had lunch with Mary?
Yes?
Oh, that's it. You shaved your mustache.
It's...